Okay, let me move over here. I'm getting tired of standing. Okay, I'm getting losing my way in here. I try to make these in a conversation, one video after the other, and I let it go how it goes because I find that I talk better when I talk off the cuff instead of writing it down and trying to follow a scheme. Okay, let me try to talk about the economics. I'm trying to think about conversations I had with different people. One gentleman, Bill Schoen, had asked me some time ago, and I told him that I look at all the Wicked Edge in parts. I look at them in value. This is mostly about the buy-sell trade, and it'll give you some insight into where I come with that. A standard vise has a certain value. A better vise has a certain value. All of the stones are universal for Wicked Edge. They're all the same stones across the board. You have from the 50 all the way up to 3000 grit, and then the lapping films and the strops, whatever. Only until recently, with the introduction of the WE-40 carbon, did they, in an attempt to economize the pricing, they went with a diamond stone that they call the basic stone because they didn't plate it with as much diamonds. Anyway, the stones are worth something. I don't consider that when I price things. I consider the vise and the hardware, because stones can be anywhere from brand new or they can be used up. In a kit, you don't have any idea whether it's a brand new stone or it's used up until you buy it and you get it. So all of the stones in kits, I figure they're worth somewhere between 25% of the new price to maybe 40% of the new price. People selling Pro Pack 1s, they have the standard vise, which today on the square bar and that mount, as compared to the newer on the blue base, this is a WE-64 with a dual cam vise. The older stuff on the square bars, they fell from popularity until now with the introduction of the upgrade parts. That allows us to pick and choose what's best from both worlds and bring them together. The stones are all the same. The stones have some value if you can see them and hold them and feel them to know what you're buying. So when you buy a used kit, you have to assume that the stones are only about 25%. So $1,000 Pro Pack 1 has a vise in it now that's worth, with the base, $150. Those stones that if you went to replace them, they contributed $700 of the value of that $1,000 kit you made back then. Today, I'm telling you that they're worth about $150. So that Pro Pack 1, even if it's like pristine, in my book, is now only worth about $300. The aluminum bases are $100 all day. Look at Wicked Edge Upgrade. The new standard vise, $75. Dual cam vise, $300. When we went back and Wicked Edge went from Wicked Edge 100, Pro Pack 1, Wicked Edge 120, Pro Pack 2, then they introduced the lever cam vise on the Gen 3 Pro and subsequently made it available as a Wicked Edge 130. That vise was $300. back in 2016 or 2017. The same price as the dual cam vise is being introduced today. Parts. That's what my conversation was with Bill about the parts. Look at just the parts. Now I'm going to stop here and continue on.